This is going to be a reading for my Aries. Let's go ahead and jump straight into it. We're going to be taking a look at what the next 72 hours has in store for you. Of course, any information that you may be looking for to book like a reading with me and all that stuff, I will have below. And make sure you subscribe if you want to see future readings from me. But let's go ahead and jump straight into it, Aries, and see what's going on. So, the cards that we have here. So we have Step into the Spotlight. You have a message that the world needs to hear. It's time to share your wisdom. I also have Higher Perception and Refusing to See. So going into the first three cards that we have, I think that your spiritual team is calling for my Aries to go into like public speaking, or if you really want to be a mentor to people or a guide to other people, or you find that you have like this natural gift to give wisdom, give insight to people through your own experiences, there's a reason to why you could be drawn to a path of helping others or being a spiritual healer to some degree. It also talks about like, this is your time to shine. A lot of you are being called to walk on your own path in a way where you may have to make some sacrifices. And this is the thing with life. The things that we want out of life, we can have them. It's just we have to be prepared for or have the willingness to sacrifice for those things in a way where we understand what those sacrifices mean and what those sacrifices look like, and be in full acceptance of those sacrifices and understanding that it's for a greater good. So I think there are certain sacrifices that some of you are realizing that maybe previously you didn't see, or you just didn't acknowledge that, okay, maybe I do have to make X, Y, and Z sacrifice so that I can have, X, Y, and Z be a reality in my life. I think that also with Higher Perception and Refusing to See here, there were certain things that you weren't ready to receive yet previous to this time frame, but you're stepping into a higher frame of mind where your perception is shifting in a way where this is really going to help you overcome certain challenges in the future and navigate them, because the thing with life is certain circumstances or challenges repeat themselves. It's just our ability to navigate them better because we've had wisdom and understanding because we went through it before, that allows us to navigate those challenges faster, or don't even have them necessarily become challenges because we know how to handle those things, or we know how to handle these circumstances or situations. But going deeper, what is the energy around my Aries just in general for the next 72 hours? Let's see. So we have the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords represents insight, learning. There could be a desire for my Aries to either go back to school. You could be already in school. You could be in study mode like crazy over the next 72 hours. With the Page of Swords, there's also something here that you could be learning, like a new piece of insight or a new piece of uh, like perspective, or something comes in to where it's like, huh, I didn't see things that way. And this could give you the inspiration to maybe give something a try or to give something a chance. This could be like some new information on how to make money, or some new information in regards to like a new business that's opening. And it's like, okay, let me go ahead and apply here. There also is a chance for you to get to know someone on a deeper level, on a romantic basis. You could find this person to be pretty interesting. Like they could have great conversation. They could be somebody who's very like knowledgeable in whatever they're into. They could also be someone who has like a different perspective, but an open perspective. And that could be something that you really, really like. For others in my Aries, there could be someone that you're already dealing with, and you could just be kind of side-eyeing this person, or just kind of question like, okay, are we on the same page? Are there certain things that you're not saying to me because you seem like here but not here? Like the Page of Swords is a very aloof card where someone doesn't really seem present. So that could be something that you're really looking at. Now, what does the energy look like for my Aries when it comes to finances and career for the next 72 hours? So I have the Two of Cups. So this is looking at your relationship with money. Do you have a relationship with money where you respect it? You understand that money is a tool. Money is leverage, but it's not something that you need to look at from a space of survival, where it's like every single dollar, you have a scarcity perspective on it. And I don't mean like spend your money, but like in the sense of where it's like this relationship where you're scared to spend money or you're fearful of taking certain risks that could help you make more money. I think that there are certain things that you're looking at in terms of just your relationship with money and relationship with your current finances. Also, when it comes to like work itself, you could be looking at just the relationship between the higher ups and like employees. There could be like this underlying like hate where everybody at your job may not like the higher ups, or there could be certain people who get favoritism, and you could be looking at whether or not that's something that works for you. Some of you also may get hooked up with an opportunity to work with someone else who could either be like a friend or a colleague. There could be a business opportunity that you get put on through someone else. Okay, you could be referenced at a job. But yeah, okay, now let's look at love. What does the energy look like for my Aries when it comes to love? I have the Hierophant. So for my single Aries, there's actually a chance for you to end up in a very long-lasting relationship with someone. This could be possibly a Taurus, Libra, Sagittarius. You could be questioning if you guys' values match up though. Like you could be someone who's spiritual, they're more so religious, or their background may look a little bit different than your background. You could be someone who has very specific things that you value, and it's the question of like, okay, will this clash if you guys don't have the same interest? Or for some of you, you guys actually may have the same interest, and that could be what is kind of drawing you to this person in the first place. For my Aries who are already in a relationship, kind of the same thing, looking at whether or not you guys are just on the same page in terms of wanting to take this relationship to a higher level of commitment, like marriage or moving in together. Okay, some of you guys could be looking at whether or not your person respects the foundation of your relationship, especially if there have been moments where you feel like this person has been testing it or you guys have gone through some things. Now, going into what I see for just the advice for you, Aries, for the next 72 hours, what is the best advice for Aries? So I have the Fool card. So the best advice is to take calculated risk. The thing is, life is inherently risky, and we're going to take risk at every point in our lives. It's just doing it in a calculated way and understanding again the risks that come with everything. There's always an underlying clause to anything that you take responsibility for in your life. If you take responsibility for a new apartment, the underlying clause is you better pay the rent each month. If you take the responsibility of a relationship on, the underlying clause is okay, I'm going to be empathetic at every turn when things, get rough. Even then, I'm going to vow to communicate effectively even when I don't want to, things like that. So it's just assuming the risk and also making sure people around you understand the risk, especially when it comes to being in a relationship with you. If they don't understand those basic things, be mindful of trying to like be in a relationship with anybody like that. Okay, now what's the possible challenge that my Aries may run into? Okay, so I have the 10 of Cups. So the challenge may be either a relationship that you have with the person you have children with, where things may be a bit rocky, like you guys may not communicate the best, or there could be a lot of still hurt in terms of how things were left off. This could also be a family relationship period, like with a sibling, mother figure, father figure. There could also be things that personally will make you happy that may challenge other people around you. Like you doing what's best for you may not necessarily benefit people around you, especially if you're somebody who's like a cornerstone of, your family, you keep things together. Or, if you, let's say you're happy, something that will make you happy is maybe moving to a different part of the world. That may not necessarily make other people around you happy. So it's like you may have to make sacrifices for the sake of your own happiness, and that could be challenging. Okay. Some of you guys also could feel like and this could be subconsciously, where you need everything to be in perfect condition for you to be happy. And Spirit wants to remind you, like, there's always going to be a something. Like, life is like a everlasting plot where there's always something that could be tweaked. So it's unrealistic to think that, the only time that you should be happy is when everything's okay, like your finances are good, or the you got to find joy and internal happiness even when things are not good. That's how you remain truly blissful, and you don't allow things to affect you in a way where it, can destroy you and also build you, because outside things don't make you. They just can add to the experience. That's all. Now, last card's going to represent the outcome for the time frame. I do have the King of Swords. So for this time frame, yeah, I think that, again, clarity is like a big thing for you guys, but also just being straight up. I think that you could get to a point to where you stop biting your tongue for certain people. You could find yourself like just straight up telling someone the truth and being like, you know what, this is how I've been feeling, or this is what's been frustrating me, or I got to cut you off because of this reason. And you could be more no nonsense by the end of this time frame. Like, just very, this is what it is, this is what it's not. And setting clear boundaries too. Like, Aries, you're not going to be playing by the end of this time frame. I also think that you could have your focus on just more so like plans and stuff that you're trying to get completed by the end of the year. I keep hearing like planning for something by the end of the year. Okay, but this is what I see. I hope that I did give you some insight, Aries, on what to expect. If you enjoyed, definitely thumbs up the video, subscribe, and I will see you